daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Stay away from cities with dyke mayors. They spray the pipes major. Don't play with them or shake the dice, player. But if you got a quota, then stay away from toddlers. These bitches are fight promoters. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Train your toddler. Please train your toddler. Whippings, timeouts. Take her loss, but she will destroy your life if you allow it. Fucking, I'm tired of rapping. Yo, low, bring in the choir. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to care. Welcome to the daycare.
Why did Daddy say so?
Because we were talking about every night. I wanted some boyfriend, so I'm moving out. Okay.
Because Daddy told you can't have a boyfriend in his house? So you're moving out?
Yeah.
Yo guys, welcome to the Dirty Folks Podcast. Welcome to the daycare, man. I am your tolerologist, Dirty Folks. Yo, bros. I need to get my energy up. Let me play a little theme music. I need to get my energy up. I'm sorry guys. I just left the Palmer's Court, yo, and that shit was bananas. Okay, but look, I've been talking with Gorilla Pete about something for a few months, and today I want to share it with the daycare. Like and sub as y'all come in. And that thing that I want to talk about is a man's legacy. Guys, I need you not to be afraid of new information if it conflicts with your beliefs. Do not let your beliefs block you away from facts. You understand what I'm saying, guys? I got a phone call, and I know who it is. Let's get ready to be. So, we'll get him in here in a minute. Tell him I'll call him right back. For some reason, it's not letting me take calls. Okay, so I need you guys not to let your belief system interfere with your with new facts, because you have to understand that you're colored. You've been colored for a while, but I'm trying to make you a man, independent on any crayon combination that makes you unify with people that ain't your people and keep you divided from people who are really your fans, right? I want to talk about legacy, and today is a great day to do so. And I also want to pay tribute to Bill Russell. Bill Russell was a pioneer of this thing. We all know that. We all know that. There's no doubt in my mind. And what Bill Russell did was a phenomenal thing. What I want to do, though, is I want to separate legacy from lineage. It's something that Gorilla Pete brought to my attention. He said it one time, and it made sense to me immediately. And I'm going to repeat what he said. But he's going to join us in about 10 minutes, right after I show you these two clips. Legacy is yours. The things that you've accomplished, the way that you impact other people, the way that you stand upon your form and function, That's you. We all build our own legacy. Lineage is what you pass down. The reason I want to break that down is because I know that colors have everything inverted, right? Like men don't need women. Men want women. Women need men, but they don't want men. If they did, then the marriage rate would be higher than 9%. Minus the baby boomers. So y'all see 26%, that's the baby boomers. 9% under 55. But what do women say? I don't need a man, I want a man. No, they need a man. What do guys say? I need a woman. No, you don't. With clothes on? With clothes on. What does she bring to the table with clothes on that you really need? It's showing our conversation. You got friends. It's not dexterity. She can't help you move furniture. Nothing. She needs you to help her move furniture. There's nothing intrinsically that toddlers bring clothed that you really need. You want sex. But every player has done this. Every player has done this. Call the girl that live a minute away, right? Like, she like 45 minutes, an hour away. Call her like, shorty, slide through, give me some of that trim. She be like, I'm on my way. And then you jag off, you masturbate. And then call her back 5 minutes later, like, shorty, I'm cold. Don't even worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Just going back to the crib. I'm about to go to sleep. So the one thing that you thought you needed her for, if you satisfy yourself, you don't even need her for that. But you say you need a woman. And you'll sacrifice your life for a woman. You'll even sacrifice your life for women you ain't fucking. That's crazy. So I'm using that as an analogy because everything you've ever been taught is inverted. You've been taught that your children keep your legacy going. They do not. Your legacy dies with you. They keep your lineage going, your bloodline going, but that means nothing if they're not your carbon copy, right? And we all know that Keisha hates her kids to have fathers, so just because they have your bloodline doesn't mean they have your teachings, right? I want to show you guys who Bill Russell was. The testimonies of people old enough to know his history. I wanted to show Skip and Shannon, but apparently Skip and Shannon flags people. So we're going with Michael Wilborn. Chi-Town in the house. Like and sub as y'all come in.
Russell's basketball legacy in a moment, but I'd rather ask you, what is Bill Russell's impact on American society?
Wow, that's a great place to start, and the appropriate place to start, because so much of the discussion will be framed in basketball, and that's understandable. That's how we know him. For most people, that's the only way we know Bill Russell, because he's a very private man. But he was, I'd like to use the word and think of the thought of activism even more than pioneering, and he was both. But the activism really spoke to the intellect, and it spoke to how, Bill Russell was intimidating because physically he was intimidating at 6'9.5", 6'10", the athleticism. If he wanted to have a scowl, he could intimidate you by smiling. But the intellect was so intimidating if you just listened to him. I mean, I know that there are many times where you could listen to Bill Russell in a room, just talk, and you didn't have to talk very long, and you walk away thinking, my God, this man has such depth, and he is so important. And I often think of him as being, I don't know, the most important basketball player to the history of this league and this sport in this country. And in doing that, then he was a conduit to all these other things. When we talk about civil rights and activism and pioneering, and Bill Russell endured. He endured a lot. He endured things people don't know about. 2 generations of players don't really know about. 2 generations of people don't know about. But he endured. He endured slights. He endured nasty people and their attitudes and their prejudices and their bigotry, just in order to make a living. And you've heard that there's...
Guys, I like Michael Wilborn, but Skip and Shannon did it so much better. If you got a chance, you got 4 or 5 minutes, watch Skip and Shannon. I just don't want to get flagged. Bro, the things that... Boston is the most racist city in America. Chicago's number 2. the most segregated city. The things that those racists did to Bill Russell while he was playing for their team, and he would tell you the only time they cheered for me is when I was in that Celtics uniform. They used to leave feces on his porch. They would kick over his garbage cans and throw all his trash in his lawn. They would do all type of wild things. When he traveled with the team, he couldn't stay in the hotel with the team. Until Red Auerbach put his foot down. Shout out to Red Auerbach. Once again, can't go off color. Man is man, right? Red Auerbach was like, yo, if Bill Russell can't stay here, ain't none of us staying here. So you can lose the money for all these rooms, or you can let our player, part of our team, part of our unit, part of our tribe, the Celtics tribe, you can let him stay here too. There were times in which everybody else had to come through the front door. He had to enter the games through the back door. This is during his prime, during his 20s. From his 20s to his 30s. We're talking about a man so successful that in the 13 years he played, I think he played 14, but he has 11 chips, and he only missed twice, so 13. Of the 13 years he played, he made it to the finals 13 times. Lost twice. One to Pettit, one to Chamberlain. A man with this type of excellence. A man who was an Olympic participant and was eligible to play in the Olympics, the greatest athletes in the world, for 3 different sports. 3 different sports. A man who attended college, got his degree, in the time where college taught you stuff instead of just teaching everybody how to be gay, when they actually taught you information. He was well spoken. He was intelligent. He was articulate. He used sports as a vehicle to evoke change. They named the MVP trophy of the championship the Bill Russell Trophy. There is no other time, and I'm still in this. I'm telling you, I'm still in this from Skip and Shannon. There is no other time in which the person who's the trophy's named after, you can shake their hand, right? You don't know nothing about Lambeau, the what they call the Super Bowl trophy, the Lombardi Trophy. Vince Lombardi and George Halas were the coaches of the Green Bay Packers and the Chicago Bears, respectively. The oldest rivalry in the NFL. The Super Bowl trophy is called the Lombardi Trophy. The NFC Championship trophy is called the Halas Trophy. Nobody shook Lombardi or Halas' hand. They're just names in the scribe. Cy Young Award. Nobody knows who Cy Young is. You got to meet Bill Russell, mentor. The man met every president, I think except Trump, and the dementia dude that's in there now. But he was a very stoic man because of the way that the press treated him, the way they cheated him out of everything. There's a lot of, if you noticed, all the greatest black athletes of the 1960s and 70s don't talk to the media. There's a reason for that. There's a reason Jim Brown don't talk. There's a reason Bill Russell didn't talk. There's a reason, as intelligent and articulate as Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is, Kareem don't talk to the press. Because they crafted the story the same way they craft you as thugs and criminals and minstrels and the worst. They've always crafted, even when you were excellent, they crafted you that way. Now you're surly, you're You're mean. You're standoffish. Man, that's so one. Man, so awesome. But look, and I'm just telling you that because, as I always tell you, everything good you do is taken as an entitlement by people who can't. Everything great you're good at is vilified, right? And everything outstanding you do, you'll be hated for. Because the way you're marketed as a color. You switch that around with the rebrand, Tribe Up, then you get put in your proper context. But I digress. I want to tell you the difference between legacy and lineage. Even though Bill Russell was a 13-time participant, 11-time champion, the most decorated basketball player this side of Michael Jordan and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, you've never heard anything about his kids. There are no Russells dominating the NBA for the next 40 years after he took over. Let's see what his kids are doing with their life. Let me make the screen bigger. Show you the difference between legacy and lineage. This ain't that. This is Bill Russell holding his firstborn and his wife at the time. Beautiful, beautiful one. Yeah, good taste. Bill Russell survived by 3 children, whom he shares his first wife and college friend, Rose Swisher. Shout out to Rose Swisher Russell. And I'm giving her a shout out because she did it right. This is a sidebar. I haven't read this. This is a sidebar. Women are supposed to go to college to meet their spouse. Every other type of woman still does that. When my niece came to me when she got her doctorate and said, "Uncle Oak, where's my doctor husband?" I said, you missed your husband in undergrad. Because men don't like school like that. But everybody else goes to college to find a husband. Black girls go to college so she won't need one. So I need you guys to see how the shift happened after feminism as well. So shout out to Rose for finding her husband in college like you're supposed to. Natural law. Nature. Anyway. They had 2 sons, William and Jacob, who kept their lives out the personal spotlight. Out the public spotlight. William Jr. was born in 1957 and sadly died of cancer in 2016 at the age of just 58. Jacob was born in 1959 and is reportedly happily married. This is Bill Russell's daughter, if I'm not mistaken. Karen Russell. Bill Russell's daughter Karen was born in 1962. I hope that's not Karen, because him and his wife was black. So if his daughter was white, that'd be crazy. She is a legal and policy analyst who graduated from Georgetown University and Harvard Law School. A media personality, advocate, and black rights activist who also contributed to publications such as the New York Times Magazine. She grew up to be a handsome woman. I mean, handsome in the Webster Dictionary version. She matured well. She looks a lot younger than he does. Maybe that's the hair dye, but she looks a lot younger than he does. But he is the elder statesman. Well, she died on September 11th, 2014, at the age of 78. Okay, here's the thing, bro. And I don't know what his son doing. They just say his son happily married. So once again, like they always do, black men, they predicate your worth based on a woman. I need y'all to understand it. But I digress. He probably ain't doing shit. Grandsons, they do, out the spotlight too. But they're very proud of their daughter, apparently. Because black men empower their daughters to not need a man, and then they tell their sons how the fuck to live his life. Anyway, Bill Russell's death should hit harder than it does. But something I've been thinking about since Kobe died. Like and sub as y'all come in, y'all. Something I've been thinking about when Kobe died and the world cried. I cried. I cried for Kobe. I ain't even no Lakers fan or a Kobe fan. I was like, Kobe just Jordan light. But when Kobe died, I said, man, it's going to be Michael Jackson, Prince, Madonna, Queen Elizabeth levels of trauma when Michael Jordan dies. Because Mike is the lead. So, I want to juxtapose Michael Jordan to Bill Russell to give you guys the impact of what I'm talking about with legacy versus lineage. Because your children are not your legacy. You are your legacy. Quit kicking the can. Quit thinking your kid is going to be a better version. You are. Ain't you somebody's kid? Anyway, I found this old video of Jeffrey Michael, which is Michael Jordan's oldest son. Jeffrey Michael on his first day of school. And I'm only going to let like 2 minutes play. Then I'm going to come through and do a quick commentary. Then we're going to bring Gorilla Pete in. Okay, so
Jeff Jordan is a freshman at the University of Illinois. He wasn't recruited to play basketball here. He came with an academic scholarship and got a spot on the Division I team as a walk-on.
That's a big gamble, but he looked at it as a challenge, which ironically, I'm saying that's what I would have done. And I'm supporting it, 100%.
You could have gone scholarship-wise to a lot of smaller schools.
Right. I didn't want to play at a smaller school. I didn't want to play at a lower division.
Are you as driven as he is/was?
Yeah, but I don't show it.
Probably more.
Jeff may have his father's competitive drive, but it don't.
Okay, here's the thing. I'm gonna show y'all another clip real quick. Okay, so I want you to see how the reason I showed you that one, besides the one I'm about to show you now, the reason I showed you that one was, isn't that what they're trying to do with LeBron's son now, with Lil Bronny? How they're trying to make Bronny this new version of LeBron, even though the middle child is better. The irony of that is the same thing applies to Jeffrey Michael, right? So what ended up happening with Jeffrey Michael is in order for him to get in the game, Michael, he was there on an academic scholarship. That is absolutely true. And the University of Illinois is a good school. But in order for him to get on the team as a walk-on, Michael Jordan had to build a library for Jeffrey to play. Flip side, Michael Jordan's son that really hoops is his son Marcus. Fun facts. Michael Jordan's kids didn't like him because they would listen to their mama, and Juanita had their mind poisoned. Jeffrey and the youngest daughter, I can't think of her name, they went to a private school. Marcus, the middle child, was like, yo, I want to go to Chicago public school. So he went to the best high school in the nation, in the city, which is Whitney Young High School. So they had all this resentment against their dad because their dad never home. He's golfing, he's gambling, He's playing basketball, he's working out with people, he's being social, he's doing commercials. They didn't know who their dad was. Their dad was always moving around. Plus, their dad really didn't give a fuck about Juanita like that. So, hate makes you great, right? And I always said, if he really loved his wife, would he be the GOAT? Right? If he really wanted to be at home, would he be the GOAT? So his kids didn't really know him. When Marcus got to Whitney Young High School, that's when it hit him. When everybody, everywhere, was like, we love your dad. Your dad means something to us. And he got a third eye view appreciation of what his father meant to so many people, which gave him a line of sight view when he goes home to see his dad differently. So Marcus, and which is odd, it's very odd that the middle child ever has the strongest connection to the father. I've only seen it happen a couple of times. LeVar Ball is like that. He loved him some Jello. But they had that bond. Because a lot of times your first child is the practice child, right? Anyway, it was Marcus that we can go to a school. Marcus went to University of Florida, University of Central Florida, and quit the team because the team had a sponsorship with Adidas. And he was like, I only wear Jordans. If I don't wear my daddy's shoes, I don't wear no shoes. And so they asked Michael Jordan to sponsor, to take over the Adidas sponsorship. And Mike was like, for University of Central Florida? Nah, that's not a Jordan brand type of school. And Marcus would not stop wearing his dad's shoes. And Adidas dropped their sponsorship. So, and Adidas said they're not going to return the sponsorship to UCF until all the kids were in uniform, right? Uniformity is the thing, right? And so Marcus ended up leaving school because he didn't want to wear Adidas. The irony of that is Michael Jordan wanted Adidas to be a sponsor. And Adidas told Michael Jordan no. Because Michael Jordan, we're talking 1984, 85 when he came in the league. Run DMC was the shit back then, and they had the shell-toes Adidas. And Michael Jordan wanted Adidas to be a sponsor, and they told him, no, they don't do basketball. I bet they regret that decision. Anyway, the reason I showed y'all that clip is because we haven't seen a Jordan. Not Michael Jordan kids. We ain't seen the Jordan in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? There's people named Jordan Poole. Listen, people named Jordan. Ain't been no Jeffrey Michael or no Marcus Jordan in the league. So, but all the benefits that they have of being Michael Jordan's son is based on Michael Jordan's legacy, right? They don't have a legacy. Michael Jordan is doing a lot to help. He's doing something right now with Jeffrey. They just started a name and likeness business. They doing a thing. He's finding ways to help his sons. But as far as being that icon, that's Michael Jordan's legacy and Michael Jordan's legacy alone. Make sense? Let me see if I can get Gorilla Pete back in the saddle, making your trunk rattle. And then I'm gonna show you guys an example of lineage, which is what's important to you guys to be able to. Hold on, I'm making it. This how Jimmy Rig, baby, cause fuck StreamYard, cause I ain't paying for no goddamn minutes. Hold on 1 second, guys. Gorilla P in the house.
What's going on, bro?
Let me Jimmy Rig you, bro, so I can get you on the screen for everybody to see. Cause you the man of the hour. Oh, here you go, right here. See if we can get you right. Get my nig right. It's too big. Hey, I'm telling y'all, if there's a will, there's a way, chat. So we out here, we making our own stream yards over here. All right, I think everybody can see you. What's going on, Gorilla?
Chilling, brother. I can't see you on it, I guess. Or...
Oh no, you ain't gonna be able to see me. They can see me though. Cause then it'd be double me. You can't double deliciousness, bro. You can't double the deliciousness. Alright, so we was just showing examples of legacy, my G. And you were the person that brought it to my attention, man, that your legacy is yours alone. So man, what's your feelings on this, bro?
I mean, I love the way you actually put it, you know. Lineage and legacy, you know what I'm saying? And how colors interchange it, you know. And there's some more I want to kind of add from what we talked about based on what you were saying in the video, what I was getting, right? But legacy is what you build. You leave your own legacy, right? You brought up Jordan. Let's take Brian McKnight, for instance.
Oh, right? Man. Yeah, baby. Shout out to
so Brian McKnight, and nobody knows. Everybody knows Brian McKnight, R&B singer, you know what I'm saying? And he, great career, wrote for, you know, people, you know, writer, singer, and he had 2 sons with his first wife. And he really took care of his sons. You know, they live in a life better than most, you know. And they reached the age of like 22. And at this point, he remarried. He's just in a different space. And his sons haven't done anything with their lives. You would think that, you know, and I'm going to compare him to, I can't remember the guy's name, but I'll compare when it comes up. So he cut him off, and they went on this big rampage of my dad ain't shit, he ain't shit, he ain't this, he ain't that.
Dr. Dre's daughter. Dr. Dre's daughter. The list goes on.
Dr. Dre's daughter, same shit. But the list goes on. You have all
Jay Stokes, that's me, bro. I'll fix it. No, they were saying you need to zoom out, but that's not true. It's a me problem because I'm stealing.
Okay.
I'll adjust it. I'm gonna get Pete right, y'all.
So you look at all these big accomplishments, Dr. Dre, you know, like I said, Brian McKnight. So it started Brian McKnight, they started talking shit and talking about their dad ain't shit. But these men are like 23, I would say at least 23 to 25. And Brian McKnight just got tired and he just went on. He said, look, man, they grown ass men. They're at the age crying and complaining, but they've been driving Benzes since they were 16 years old type shit.
Right.
I more than took care of their moms. You know what I'm saying? Even though we divorced, she was still living good from child support and all that shit. And they did nothing with their lives. Same as Dr. Dre's daughter. You know, and same with a lot of children that come from men that have a legacy. Even Dr. King. Think about it. Dr. Martin Luther King, I mean, there's no civil rights without him. You know what I'm saying? Which means there's no coloreds without him, right? Yet, name one thing his son has done that was great other than show up for a picture day. You know what I'm saying?
He had the opportunity to be great in Soul Bounce TV, but, you know.
Right. So the thing is that you can't say legacy is your children, and I'm gonna tell you why it's promoted that way, and this is my theory.
Hey, Jab said Kurt Franklin's son. That's another one.
Yeah, Kurt Franklin, isn't he gay or something? Well, I probably just like his dad because, you know, most of these pastors, but that's another, you know. And hold that
thought, man. Let me take a quick break, and then we're gonna come back. I want to drop one more situation that's not athlete related, and then we're gonna talk about that. because a lot of people saying it. We're gonna take this quick intermission. We're gonna be right back. Dirty folks. Dirty folks. Dirty folks. Know your soul. Know your soul. Toddler tales are crazy stories that could only happen to me. Each tale is endorsed by Toddlerology and the Marry Your Secretary courses. In a world where toddlers are only loyal to her employer, learn the skills needed to train your toddler to work at your relationship like she works at her job. There's courses for every level of your relationship status, including polygamy. Need support? Join scheduled study groups with other Toddlerology members. Click the link below. And now, back to today's story. Had I been thinking, I'd have done an intermission while I was trying to call you. That would have made more sense. But I didn't. So, there's a guy by the name of Ed Gardner. I don't know if you can see it, Pete. I'm about to put him on the screen. Let me tell you who Ed Gardner is.
I can't see it doing it this, so I gotta.
All right, don't worry about it. Just you'll be all right. Okay, so Ed Gardner, pioneer and Chicago legend. That's the name of the article. But I'm tell you who Ed Gardner is, and I'm gonna tell you how I met him. Ed Gardner was the creator, president, CEO, and owner of Soft Sheen Hair Products. So the Jerry curl, that was him. You feel me?
Yep.
You know how much Brady got from the Jerry curl in the 70s and 80s, money? Anyway, it says Ed Gardner is known across the nation as the creator and founder of Soft Sheen Hair Care Products. But in Chicago, he's much more than that. Ed Gardner is known across the nation as the creator and founder. Damn, they said that shit twice. That's crazy. Gardner, now 85 years old, is a revered businessman, community leader, and activist. One of his key achievements being in helping in the campaign to get her wife elected.
Yeah.
How much Brady got from the Jerry curl? So, there you gotta push mute. So,
yeah, I did. I muted it.
His story was he was a school teacher with 4 kids. He needed money, so he started working as a hair product salesman for a beauty supply company. Then he figured out he could make his own products and start selling it himself and doing his own distro, which reminds me a lot of No Show Organic. That's kind of how we started. Ed Gardner actually, I'm gonna bring this back, man. I'm gonna tell y'all who Ed Gardner is. I'm gonna give y'all the layout of Ed Gardner. And Ed Gardner had one of the bigger factories in Chicago that employed hundreds of people, and they were just making their hair care products. Ed Gardner took care of hundreds, which means he took care of thousands, because everybody has to go home and feed 3 people off that check. You feel what I'm saying? When I met Ed Gardner, he had already sold Soft Sheen for, and I know this is in the article, I think it was $425 million. Don't quote me on that, but I believe it was. I believe he sold it for $425 million, close to $500 million. You know what I'm saying? And for me to find out a little bit later that he had a son, actually got 3 sons and a daughter, that he had a son who wants to sell hair care products. Right? I've actually requested his son as a Facebook friend because I want to hear a story. I want to know how your dad ran hair, and now you out here trying to mix up your own products and start your own empire, and your dad sold his company for $500 million to L'Oreal. I really want to know that. But Ed Gardner, when he sold his company for that $500 million, he ain't selling half a ticket. That nigga sold it 500 tickets. When he sold it, he got into helping black males get contracting and construction jobs in Chicago. He said it makes no sense for any other ethnic group to be in your community fixing potholes. He's right. Now, because I met that man in such a way, and I didn't even know he had a son. He pulled me to the side and he gave me good advice. Soft Sheen is his legacy. The Jerry curl is his legacy. His son is his lineage. Even though his son wants to follow his father's footsteps, there's a communication flaw somewhere in between that. You know what I mean? Well, his dad was like, yo, fuck that shit. I'm gonna sell it to the white people. Get it off the roof. But I'm using it as an example. And I just want to show your opinion on the gorilla.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So yeah, because it was funny, I was gonna give another kind of what you did, but yeah, legacy is what you build, right? You can only build your legacy, right? No one remembers any other name going down in the history books, right? Alexander the Great or whoever. It's their legacy, is what they accomplished, is what they conquered, is what they did in their period of time, right? Lineage, it's like, okay, really keep it going. That's all it is. I'm gonna say why I think it's reversed, especially for coloreds, right? Legacy is what makes you great. So when men are living in their legacy, they are being great men. The reason why colors reverse it and want you to focus on lineage but tell you that's your legacy is because they don't want the man to be great. They need the child to be great because that incorporates the woman. You know what I'm saying? If Jordan had kids or no kids, no wife, or a wife with no wife, Jordan is still Jordan. Juanita wasn't in the gym shooting, nor was his kids. He went out to do what his purpose was. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And he was great on his own. You know what I'm saying? So that's his legacy. Whether he had kids or not, Jordan was going to be Michael Jordan. You know? So that's what it was. And you can't even say his kids inspire. His kids didn't inspire him. He was inspired to be the greatest before he had children. And that's what he was going to do. That was going to be his legacy.
He was already in the league before he had kids.
Exactly, before he had kids. He already was ambitious to go. Now, maybe having children made him more mindful of money. Maybe, I don't know. You could, if that's that. But the reason why colors, or just in general, women want your legacy to be your children because it incorporates her.
Because Tyler's going to title, whatever age the Tyler
right,
is.
She got to take credit. She got to take credit for having your baby.
I want to show y'all something else. I want to get into the lineage part.
So
I'm gonna show these clips. I need you to check it out on the what's her name. I'm gonna show you these clips from.
Well, before you show, can I just finish this one thought while I had it?
Go ahead, bro.
So we talk about Brian McKnight, right? I was bringing that up there earlier, right? Here's two sons. You got two sons, which should make a powerhouse, right? They both like a year apart. Your dad is Brian McKnight, so that motherfucker ring bells in the industry. You know what I'm saying? You would think that they would at least take his legacy and maintain the lineage of it. Right? I compare that to what's his name? Just had his name up. Rap A Lot Records. CEO, what's his name?
Jay Prince.
Jay Prince. Right. So you got Jay Prince. He got a legacy. And his son Jazz Prince is creating his own legacy and maintaining the lineage, right? He the one who discovered Drake. You know what I'm saying? And look, Drake is the number one hip hop artist, you know? They said he squashed the beef between T.I. and Little Flip or whatever, you know, but he's known in the music industry, you know. But once again, he's living off the lineage. The work his dad did opens the doors. And I'm using that to say that, yo, how many people have been successful and their daughters and sons turn out to be crackheads?
Facts.
And is that your legacy? Because your legacy, if you put your legacy in the lap of your children, it's destroyed. If Michael Jordan kids was crackheads and whores and thieves and in jail, and his legacy depended on them, his legacy would be destroyed.
All right, so let me do these quick cash apps, and I want to make a few announcements too. So give me 1 second. And we're gonna make a couple of. And my boy outside, he said he got tequila. Shout out to him. Okay, guys, real quick. So, thank you for everybody who took the Mayor Secretary course. Yo, just as a courtesy, a professional courtesy, Professor has been asking me for the last 3 days, could he get in the course before the price hike of August 1st. I didn't see him in there. If you got in, bro, you good. If you didn't get in, inbox me, and I'll give it to you for the price, because you were asking me about the payment button, and I know how that worked because I had that issue before, and I had to actually call the service people. And they told me I had to clear my capture or whatever, clear my history in order to see the button. Anyway, secondly, tell your favorite podcasters that we're doing sponsorships for Tolerology. You'll be seeing this soon, not only just on my page, but on in the schoolhouse. Shout out to Mr. Goodbread, man. Much love, bro. We're gonna make it happen together, man. Once again, what I always tell y'all, high tide raises all ships. You're not the only good man. You're not. All, like 80% of dudes, like, men are awesome. Like 80% of them. The 20% that's not awesome, that's the ones that black girls like to fuck. But the rest of y'all awesome as shit. Well, actually, 16% of them is awesome too. The 4% that 64% of girls had kids by, they ain't shit. Like, but like 96% of y'all is like awesome. All right. Anyway, so high tide raise all ships. Come fuck with your boy, man. We can all eat together, man. I'm feeding the pack. So if you got a favorite show, a favorite Manosphere podcaster that you like, tell him to holler at me, man. We'll give him that special. You know what I'm saying? We'll help him get another stream. Also, for those who live outside Chicagoland area, we back fully stocked, all no-show organic products, and we're about to drop a Dirty Folks signature line. So if y'all got a mom and pop spot that sells, you know, African body shit, suggest it. You know what I'm saying? We seen the info, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ask to put them in. We'll give a referral fee, and we'll take care of you. You'll eat every month on me. You know what I'm saying? Lastly, the purpose of me being on the screen is because I got all y'all clips. I saw all y'all clips. I have not downloaded any of y'all clips. So, I'm going to throw y'all names in the hat later on tonight. I said I was going to do it yesterday. I said I was going to do it today, but I didn't. Sue me. Anyway, so I'm going to throw all y'all names in the hat later on tonight, and then we're going to do the giveaways, and everything gonna be on and popping and cracking. And with that being said, let's get back to the show. Alright, Gorilla, I'm back with you. So, alright, so here's the thing. I got this. First of all, I get all my toxic information from my man Ash on Facebook. And I don't know what name he going under. I got this boy say like 7 different names because he stay in jail because he stay pumping this toxicness, and I love him for it, bro, because he's dedicated to it. He's like, yo, I'm just toxic, B. So he probably from New York or Chicago or something, because it's just super toxic. Anyway, I want to show you guys a few video clips, and then we're gonna start talking about Lineage, and I'm gonna let you take it away. I'm going to show these clips. I'm going to do a quick commentary on these clips. Then we're going to talk about Lineage. Lineage is because most men want families. Most men want... Girls don't want families. Girls just want a baby. Men want families.
Mm-hmm.
You know this because any girl you talk to, she talk about the 2 marriage proposals that she rejected.
Right. Meanwhile, being a single mother.
Right. You know what I'm saying? They don't
2 different baby daddy, right.
Right.
Turned down 2 proposals, but did not turn down 2 baby daddies.
And the dude that was going to take care of her, she had an abortion by his baby.
Oh, of course.
She just wanted him to take care of other niggas' kids because she already got kids. She don't need no kids. He could just.
She don't need. Right. She don't need. Yeah. She needs to make sure her kids come first to her.
Right. He should adopt her kids, and that'd be their kids because they're the male provider shit. Anyway, but that's not actual woman. That's just Keisha's. Keisha's do Keisha shit. Anyway, so. Apparently,
she'll only have a baby if he leaves. That's it. If he leaves it, then she'll have his baby.
Right, but if you ask to have a baby that had your last name, she'll get an abortion. So,
oh yeah.
So here's the thing, guys. Apparently in Dallas, it's getting so bad. Because remember, guys, Texas is where they had that event where they said it was a mixer and no men showed up.
Mm-hmm.
So now the women of Texas is making videos in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And I've been there. Beautiful people, man. Really sweet people. Before social media, though. Because Facebook has fucked up all these bitches. They think they got options and shit. Anyway, girls are not good with options. Too many options, they make no decision.
Right.
But I went to down there to Fort Worth probably in the mid-2000s. And it was beautiful, bro. It was beautiful. I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed the people. Ditzy as shit, but I enjoyed the ditzy because I came from Chicago where it's toxic as shit. You know what I'm saying? And all these women are saying, all the black women are saying that no black men want them. They're only dating white women. I'm not gonna do too much commentary on this, but there's the last part I am gonna commentary on because girls are dumb. But yo, that swim thick shit, y'all. I'm fucking. Nah, but that ain't what I'm about to show y'all. But I know what you're talking about. Is that Hoes of the Princess? I don't know what the HAU said. But anyway, nah, it's something else. But let's get it.
This is going to be a very Dallas-specific TikTok. So if you're from Dallas, please watch this. The way black men are up the white girl's skirts at Bottled Blonde is not even funny. Look to your left, middle, right, everywhere. They are just running after these white girls. And the moment you pass by a black man in Bottled Blonde, they go, they don't want to touch you at all. Oh, it's literally not.
Pause. I just want to pause on that because she's dumb. Girls are dumb. She's cute. I'd fuck her, but she's dumb. That's probably why I fuck her, because she's dumb and cute. Let me tell y'all something, guys. Women live comparatively. I keep telling y'all that. Women live comparatively. So you got to understand that just because a girl sees another girl do something, she wants to do that too. Every girl swears to God that they're original, but it's only 5 different. You show me 5 girls with 5 different personalities, I'll show you 3.2 billion women. There's only 5 different type of chicks. You know what I'm saying? But y'all will understand that when y'all get to y'all course 2 on your tolerology. She said white girls that's bottle blonde are a thing, but black girls that's bottle blonde, ew. First of all, bitch, ain't nobody hollering at you because of your hair. I don't know what the fuck make black girls think that motherfuckers want them because of hair. Second of all, though, bitch, you ain't supposed to be blonde. That's why, goofy bitch. Like, at least white Becky could fake it. Like, we know you ain't no goddamn blonde goofy hoe. Look, girls are dumb. Anyway, but more importantly, they all want to be white women. Because I've told you guys this shit before. Only white women can stop the black woman. They ran over white men, even during slavery, nigga. They ran over white men, black men, all children. Only the white woman can stop her, which is why they all want to be the white woman. I'm telling you. And white women want to act like black women because they both confused. But you got to stay strong in your tolerology, and you can have them all. But anyway, let's continue with this goofy ass black girl magic.
I don't know what comes over these black men. They are gone. They want no part. Oh, I'm good. They love them some white women at Bottled Blonde.
No, Vala, I don't care what your hair look like. My thing is, she's acting like the reason they want the white girls is because they bottle blonde. That makes absolutely no fucking sense. Hey, bitch, what up? They say they on their clock, time slide, fuck them up. Oh, well, that was that. They just showing the Dallas Fort Worth. Hey, bitch, what up? Hey, bitch, what up? They say they on their clock, time slide. Girl, they don't watch. I want you to understand, hold on, before we get to this, she's gonna cap it off. I want you to understand that this is like a TikTok thing. They said, point of view, when you live in a place where black men don't date black women. So there's a bunch of TikTok videos about this. I guess you could just put that into TikTok. And they're all talking about Dallas. And we're gonna cap it off with this big burly bull dagger bitch. Anyway. They say they on their clock, that's why.
Girl, in Washington, they don't like us either. They like that bitch is skinny with no meat and this color. Like, if you coming to get a man and you not from the West Coast, baby girl, if you in the South or the East Coast or the Midwest, stay where the fuck you at. You just had one bad bunch. But there's a million out there, baby. What the fuck you coming here for, girl? You finna be looking sour. Like some of my homegirls, these West Coast men.
Not it.
Right.
Bruh. Did you get a chance to hear that?
I didn't hear it.
You ain't hear it, man. You'll have to check on the replay. So apparently they had that whole contest saying that guys, black men in Dallas don't want black women. For whatever reason, they make up reasons. The reasons are arbitrary that they come up with, because it can't be that they have bad attitudes and they just, you know what I'm saying, that guys are just tired of that. It has to be because, bottle blonde or whatever the case may be. But my suspicion is that they just want to be with women who won't destroy their lives, and they'll get to see their kids. What's your thoughts on it, bro?
Say that one more time.
I said my thought is these guys in Dallas just messing with white girls because they want a girl who wants to try to destroy his life over some sex, and he wants to see his kids if they have one.
Exactly. That's all it is. And look, me and you talked about it's a mass exodus, right? Whether you subscribe.
Take over. I gotta go answer this door real quick. Take over. I'll be right back.
All right. So there's a mass exodus. Black men are on a mass level excluding themselves from black women. And it don't matter what platform they follow, Red Pill, Make Toe, Kevin Samuels, Sperling, Dirty Folks, Corey Holcomb, what's the brother name? He passed away, Patrice O'Neal, whoever, Tommy Sotomayor. At the end of the day, men are saying the same thing across the board. And you have goofy black bitches arguing, and you got goofy simps arguing, who want black women to be, black woman is God, but she still needs Section 8. You know what I'm saying? So the whole thing is there's such a mass exodus, and black women are beginning to feel it, but they don't know how to ask for help, nor do they want to do the work to get the help or to get their man back. They, like me and Oak said, they always want to skip steps. And that's all they want to do. You know, so instead of saying, well, what is it about white women that are attracting men? Right? Because in their mind, they think they know men and think it's all physical. They think it's all physical in appearance. So they'll rather change their hair to look like a white girl, but still give you the black biatch attitude. Instead of going to the white girl and saying, hey, why are they attracted to you? They won't learn the white woman's customer service skills. They'll just wear her hair. And that's the fucking problem. And on top of this video, I was talking to Oak the other day about another one that went viral. Some chick that she's like, oh, I don't want to be independent anymore. She's 39 years old though. Now she's hit like 2 walls. Now she somehow can cook, can clean, can listen, and all of that. But even still, her requisite is that you have to be able to pay her bills. And the only reason why is because she's tired of working. Not that because she loves you enough to do those things. Just that I realize I have to do these things to get what I want. And then we know that they can't keep up with that commitment. Because as soon as they get married and that man is in position that he feels he has to, oh, the cooking is going to stop, the fucking, the sucking is going to stop, all of that. Because after a few years, she's going to divorce him. All right. I'm watching this big burly. You there, Oak?
Yeah, they definitely gonna leave an hour early. Definitely. No doubt in my mind. If ain't nothing else, I know what time I'm supposed to leave. By the time they leave, I'll be like, oh, I gotta stay another hour.
Mm-hmm. What the hell? I forgot I did something wrong.
I was say she saw a bunch of black men in Dallas. They was going. First of all, let me tell you something. Here's where you went wrong. I want to show that because I want to show that girls will blame anything and anybody for their inability to pair bond. Second of all, I went to Dallas. I was going. Guys will bust anybody that's smiling. I don't think that they were smiling. Hey, Ultra said he don't want no ghetto gag.
Right.
Black men are the only men who never have an opportunity for lineage in a mass way, right? These chicks are still stealing the kids from their baby daddy and blaming it on Willie Lynch.
Mm-hmm. They're not even blaming it on Willie Lynch. Men are blaming it on them.
I heard some girls say it too, but coloreds, women, gays, and felons. These women, gays, and felons blame everything on Willie Lynch. Willie Lynch said they were stealing babies and selling them. That's why men couldn't. What the fuck that got to do with you having 4 kids by 7 niggas?
Right. Stealing them yourself.
Let me see something real quick. Yo, Elijah, if you in the chat, put a 1 in the chat. Shout out, Will. I had to get Gorilla Pete on here, man, because you know Gorilla Pete, he the guy. You know what I'm saying? When the guys come through, man.
Can you hear me? Am I?
Yeah, you good. You good.
I'm good. Yeah, man. These but let me go back to the lineage part. The lineage part is what they try to convince you. They try to reverse it. They don't want you to have a legacy. They just want you to have a lineage so they can control the lineage and take credit for the lineage. They can't control your legacy. They can't take credit for that. Jordan White can't,
but they can destroy it.
They can't destroy it, right? They can destroy it. They will, if you let them. That's what they want to do. They want to control it. They want to destroy it. You know what I'm saying? Because they think it says something about you and nothing about them. And it's easy to say that, right? They can say, "Oh, Michael Jordan was a good father. He was always busy." Like, yeah, the motherfucker played 86-something games. But his busyness is why you're straight. Is why you live the life you live. Because if he wasn't busy, you wouldn't be with him. His busyness is why you live the life you live. This man, yeah, he had to play 86 games. That means he had to practice. He had to travel. He also was building a brand. You know what I'm saying? And then you're going to turn his kids against him saying his father ain't shit because, he ain't around? Yeah, because he's building his legacy. Women do not want you to build your legacy. They don't want you to be great unless it includes them.
I tell people all the time, as soon as she get pregnant, you about to get an abortion. I mean, you about to get a divorce. She about to kick you out. You about to get divorced. If your wife get pregnant, you might as well just wait for the divorce papers and you'll never see your kid.
Yep. So look at even black man finally became a president. And who had to be just as equal as him? Michelle Obama.
All in the videos.
He should have went to fucking death row. You know what I'm saying? Man, you never saw Nancy Reagan you really even what's her name? Trump's wife.
You know who you never saw? They tried to make Melania Trump be on camera. She was trying to spin off. You never saw either one of them Bush wives. They was out.
Nope. Other than where they needed to be. That's when you saw them. If it was something that they, at a venue and the wife had to be there. And if it was something and even when the wives did something, they did something that was like woman material. You know what I'm saying?
Set up a gala.
Yeah, a gala, shit like that. And it was like,
Nancy Reagan was the first celebrity wife. But the whole thing is, all she told you was don't do drugs. That was the whole thing. Don't do drugs. And that was it.
Don't do drugs, which is a kind of a community act,
which is
funny.
Activist. So her husband bringing them in, him and Ali
bringing the bricks in,
bringing them in, him and Ali bringing them the work in, and she's like, say no to drugs.
Right.
And that's on brand because that's a wife going against her husband,
right?
With the husband's permission, like, tell these motherfuckers stay off drugs. I'm gonna get the drugs.
Mm-hmm. Well, that actually it worked because you figure, see, they're anti-drug while he's bringing in the shipments. Shout out to Nicaragua. The crack era was such a black era.
Shout out to Ali Gorf getting 12 years doing one, and then they just sent his ass to New Zealand as a ambassador, and you ain't never seen him again. He just They took care of their guy.
They did. And trust me, he had it. Look. He was in hotel feds for a year.
Then they
they kept him out of the thing. You know what I'm saying? He kicked it with whoever he needed to kick it to. Guards kept him on tight security, make sure he was all right. You know what I'm saying? He eating filet mignon and all that shit.
Man, hold on real quick, man. I want to give a shout out to Jab for the $5 cash app. And a shout out to Pro Excel, not only for the $5 cash app and for being a pretty dope moderator, man. Shout out to you. Yeah, man. So you in a situation. Here's the thing.
That it's hard for women to deal with busy men because Because y'all want attention. It's the show. Y'all want to be the showstopper for nothing though. Like it's like you want.
But that's man's fault.
Yeah.
That's man's fault. And that's what Marry Your Secretary is about. You gotta give your girl something to do. I learned that young. I was watching the Jeffersons. I learned that in the Jeffersons. I said, man, George made sure Weezy went to the help center. He had to give us something to do, because if she don't have nothing to do, he gonna be her something to do.
Correct.
And girls never think about, I'm gonna build him up. Not black girls. They think about, I'm gonna break him down.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want your life destroyed, don't train your toddler. Just let your toddler run free. They're going to go in the kitchen, get the flour, put a whole flour bag over. You're going to have to clean them, clean the refrigerator, clean the floor. You're going to have to do that, because a toddler unsupervised and untrained fucks up shit. And then gives you, like, Daddy, I don't know why. What? They all
got to give them chores.
You got to give them chores. You got to train your toddler. That's course one. The ability to give them chores, course one. Training your toddler into a secretary, course two. If y'all can get those first two courses, y'all will be all right, man. That will reduce your toddler terrorism by like 85-90%. You know what I'm saying? I know people have problems with course one. And I know course one goes slow, but you got to understand, man, this is like the Karate Kid. Remember the Karate Kid? He was like, wash the car, paint the fence.
Paint the fence, hang the jacket up, all of that.
When you finish course one, you be like, yo, I don't understand. But then you'll have the skills. You'll be like, oh shit, that's what that meant. So when they do this, do that. When they do this, do that. You'll understand the techniques that you need in order to train your toddler, because she's right. A woman who's dealing with a busy man that has nothing else to do will find something to do. And on top of that, you know the dumb shit she gonna do? She gonna go get a degree so she can eat pussy for 2 years and goddamn it, get trains ran on her. Or she gonna do something even dumber than that, and she gonna get an online degree. That shit don't mean nothing. Then she's gonna go out with her newfound, I got a piece of paper, and it don't matter how busy you are, because she got a piece of paper, she thinks she deserves a doctor. This is toddlers, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You got to give your toddler her title. Don't let no motherfucking liberals give a toddler her title, or they will fuck your life up. That means you did not train your toddler. That means you let somebody else train your toddler. Quit letting other people train your toddlers. Quit flying to other countries for better men from poor places. How they better than you, and your $1 is worth like 96 of their dollars? These motherfuckers living in huts. Bitches is sucking dicks when you get off the plane because they ain't got no other commerce. But you going there for another man to train them? You telling me a nigga that's piss poor, that walk outside with no shoes like fucking roots, is better at training the toddler than you are?
These chicks is going paying money and taking care of motherfuckers in Jamaica to blow their back out.
Look, bro. Shout out to this good bread.
Look, man,
this world class on. I know that. Shout out to world class. Look, bro. At the end of the day, men's job is to find order so that he can be at his optimum performance.
Mm-hmm.
Toddlers' jobs is to destroy all of your order, all of your peace, so that you just concentrate on them. They're a selfish, narcissistic bunch. They should have never learned the word narcissist and not learn what a mirror was.
I'd say, look, men went too far with technology. They kept making it easier. They stopped training toddlers when they made the washing machine. Because normally she had to spend 4 or 5 hours scrubbing the damn clothes on a washboard. Now she just throw it in there, put some soap, and too lazy to even fold right away.
Damn, court just ended. That's crazy. But that's facts though. Let me tell you something, man. I mean this with all my heart. Like and sub as y'all come in, pay your daycare fees. Alright, look. And KDH got hit too late because we damn near over. We've been going about an hour and a half. That's half how long than I thought I was. Check this out. in order to create a lineage and a legacy, it starts off with training your toddler or not having no toddler, right? Either you have to have a trained toddler or avoid toddlers altogether in order to be great. There is no love. There is no love. Love prevents you from doing what you have to do because she's either nagging or puppy dog eyeing you. Either way, you're going to stay in the house. Either she nagging you, why you always got to go to the studio? Or she's saying, babe, you got to go to the studio tonight. Either way, you're going to be your ass on that couch watching murder mysteries, CSI with her ass, instead of pursuing your dream. If you don't train your toddler. You won't get your legacy and you won't get your lineage. Because the truth of the matter is, she doesn't want you there. She just wants to see if she can keep you there. They've been singing about this shit since the, 1970s? I can't be two places at one time. Look. I want to get you guys to greatness. And I want that New York market. All y'all New York niggas should be going to the mom and pop spot seeing if we can put our products in the store so I can get y'all some monies. I want to get y'all some monies. When the brothers help the brothers, everything is all right. When the brothers help the sisters, you're depleted. She's up, you're down, and she's talking about she can do bad by herself.
Even though you help her raise her kid for 15 years. Because she got to kick you out for 16 years. She got to kick you out when he's 16, 17. So she could take credit.
I'm graduating. So she could be in that graduation picture by herself.
So she did it by herself.
She got to keep the father out the picture because even though he paid for 18 years, he don't get a ticket to the graduation. Oh, you ain't got that yet. You'll be there in a year. You won't get a ticket to this graduation. You know that, right?
Who?
You.
Who, me?
Yeah, you ain't gonna get no ticket.
Probably not.
Yeah. They don't share the spotlight.
No. Well, we'll see. She going through it right now, so you know.
Don't matter. Don't matter. It's never.
I'm still pulling up though.
You will. You just won't get a ticket. You just have to like,
right.
Son, you know what I'm saying? So one of the kids gonna have to vouch for you. Like, yo, that's Pops.
Well, you know, by the time he graduate, I should be where I plan on being. So I'll just do what I gotta do. Go by the library, put my name on it. Then look. Then you can never question my legacy.
Hey, being proactive is better than being reactive.
The Gorilla Pete Library of his high school.
Hey man, being proactive better than being reactive. Look, man, look. All I'm saying is this, man.
And whatever college you go to, I buy a library there too.
Right. I don't know if you can afford a college library. You got to get like a sign that go in front of the frat house. You don't even get the frat house. You get a sign like, yo, Gorilla Pete, Memorial Honorable Frat House Walkway. Like you go on the walkway from the sidewalk to the frat house steps. That's you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey,
the tribe frat house.
Bro, it's so much work to be done. But it doesn't take long to do it. It just takes a little cooperation. We got all the pieces.
I want to say this. You know, I shared the story with you, but I'm gonna share with everybody.
All right,
so when he was saying about when men help each other, we get there further and faster, right?
Right.
So I was telling Oak, I have a buddy of mine, guy owns a laundromat where I go wash my clothes, man. Cool dude, brothers into a bunch of different shit, real estate, shit like that. And he just put me on a bunch of game, just chopping it up. So he basically said he had a homegirl. She came to him begging him, yo, could you put me on a game, real estate, whatever. And he was like, all right, I'll hook you up. And free, no charge, right? So he put her on the game, helped her find a property. She got a really good deal on the property. Let's just say she got a real good ass deal. Maybe she got it for, let's say, $60,000, right? with the rehab and everything, it'll be worth like 300,000, but it needs 100 grand of rehab. She don't got that money. So she was like, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna just have this property. And he was like, nah, here's what you do. Sell it to an investor. And if you're familiar with wholesale selling, basically you bought the property from a guy. Instead of fixing it, find an investor who will fix it, right? And sell it to him, for a difference or whatever. So you bought it for 60, you sell it to an investor for 100. You let the investor, put 100 grand of work in, and he'll flip it for 300,000 or whatever. Now, had she not known about that or even did it, she'll be stuck. She'll have a $60,000 property that needs a ton of work, and she'll be sitting there doing nothing, and the house will just get worse and worse and worse. So after he put her on game, he saw that she got successful with it. So she started doing it on other properties. Now, he taught her the game. He taught her how to find properties, everything. He didn't just tell her, he just taught her, but he just told her what she could do since she ain't had the money to fix that property. Right. So deep in the game, he was like, hey, now he said, look, I got my money. I got this laundromat. And when I say his location is prime location, because what they're about to do in the next 5 years and what they're doing now. So he got that. And he also has, he still does real estate and flip and all that. And he was like, he just want to make sure he diversifies his portfolio wherever he could get money, he want to get money at. So he was like, hey, put me on to how you flipping, your wholesale or whatever, right? So she was like, okay, take my course. And he was like, cool. She was like, it's $1,500 or $2,000. He's like, what, $2,000? What? She didn't say it was like, yo, it's $2,000, but I just charge you $200 because it cost me $200 to set it up. Cool. He was like, yo, but I was the one who kind of introduced you to it. She was like, oh, I got to make my money. Totally ignore the fact that when she came to him for game, not only did he put her onto real estate, he the one who told her how to go about getting the property done doing the wholesale side. He wasn't the most versed as far as the details, but he knew enough to put her in that direction. So not only did he show her how to get properties in general, so now everything she knows and everything she's successful in, she got from him, and she turned around and charged him. And I say this to say, too many men do that. They help the chick till she turn around and she charges him. But they won't help the guys. They won't. And I'm going to add another story. I had that first experience when I first moved down here to Atlanta. I was out and about, me and my boy, E, rest in peace. And it was a cat. He was like doing this thing. And I was like, yo, we just like connected. I don't know where he was from, but we just was chopping it up. And I thought he was a cool dude. And I was like, yo, he's always like, what do you do? He said, real estate. And at the time I wasn't, I was new. I didn't know what I wanted to do here. I was like, yo, can you, put me up on game? And he was like, all right. I was like, yo, we could do lunch. I'll take care of lunch because I want to learn to get in something. I'm new to Atlanta and didn't know about the real estate and all that game. Called him like, yo, dude never met her. You know what I'm saying? Called him a couple times. I'm sitting there just trying to learn the game. I'm like, I'll pay for lunch. I was like, yo, my treat. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just so I could get some kind of game. All I want him to say, yo, I do real estate. This is what it do. He could have just helped one of the guys, but he did. You know what I'm saying? And men don't help men, but I'm sure if I was a chick, by all means, he'd have been there, taught me the game, everything. Just for her to exclude him later. You know what I'm saying? So.
I agree with you to a certain extent. Here's my thing. A lot of this is, it's not new to me, but it's maybe the last few years new to me. Here's the thing, because I don't treat women any different than I treat men, right? So I'll always offer before I ask. It's just the type of person I am. Like, what is it that you need? Because I know I need some shit. So what can I help you with? Because I need some help, right? So I'm immediately, I don't want to say on the barter system, but on the rapport, so we can have an understanding. It's how you start a relationship, it's how you end it, right? So, and guys need to understand this about when they date women. If you start taking them to $400 dinners, that one time you take her to Taco Bell, she's gonna blank out because you've got her accustomed to some shit.
Mm-hmm.
How you start is how you finish. So I start out to be of service to whoever, because if I fuck with you like that, I want to be of service, right? I want to create a value system immediately, right? And once we have that rapport, then I feel comfortable asking for anything. And then as you go on, your name becoming your name and your logo becoming your logo.
Right.
People just go off the logo, right? So I'm in situations now where the people who have a what's the word I'm looking for? Not starvation mindset, scarcity mindset. People with a scarcity mindset, no matter how much they have, if they have a scarcity mindset, they still won't reach out unless they feel like they can get something. They have to have the feeling of getting over. That's a very colored thing that you have to get over, right? It can't be equal exchange. It can't be a negotiation. You got to get over. People who have a mindset on getting paid on the back end, right? They don't think like strippers. People who think on the back end. Whether it's people that invest in crypto or do Forex or whatever, people say, yo, I'm going to do this today and I might not get paid tomorrow. Your job does it to you. I'm going to go to work for 2 weeks before I get my first check. Those people tend to gravitate toward those people. So, I got multi-platinum artists that's going to do a gospel album with me. They ain't never did gospel music before in their life. They like, well, fuck it. We doing it on the strength of you. We want you to be all right. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to give you full credit. You're going to sell it. You already a platinum artist. You're going to get your cut. Like, man, you're going to eat off this. Going to have a whole different lane because I got a different way to market it. So, once again, high tide raises all ships, right? Black people are fighting from the belief system that they have to be the second worst, right? The belief system that they have that they have to be criminals, minstrels, or bussers, or they're not quote unquote real. Like you'll lose your black card for being a doctor, unless a motherfucker need a doctor. Then all of a sudden it's such and such, until they find out the doctor's wife is white, and then he's a coon. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
Hologram, I told you I've been saying for 2 weeks, man. On August 1st, there's gonna be a price rate, man. Everything costs more, bro. We fucked up out here. You know what I'm saying? The system cost me more. In order for me to put it out in the network with the content creators and make sure everybody else is straight, man, we had to do a price hike, bro, in order to make sure, that we can stay operational. We've added more features, more benefits. Like I said, man, state registration now, so it's really a certificate like you went to college to get it or trade school to get it. We added more features, bro, so the rate got higher. I told y'all ass to get it. I've been telling y'all all for 2 weeks, like, man, get this shit before the first. Shout out to Money Making Mitch who sent me that deposit. It's like, yo, I'm just putting my shit on layaway, yo. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mitch. Shout out to Zone for the $2 cash out for daycare fees, man. Like and sub, man. Help your boy get to 1,000, man. Anyway, these motherfuckers, they know they be taxing. You know what I'm saying? We doing bigger, better things, man. All 2022. It's gonna be a phenomenal month for everybody, man. Everybody eats. If I'm not mistaken, there's also a payment option on the course now as well that was never there before, so you can kind of like do a layaway type of thing. So it is what it is, man. Like I said, we had a bunch of features, man. For the people that took the course, by the way, go visit the course and leave a review, man. We put a video review link on there so people can actually give their testimonials if it worked, if it don't work. You know what I'm saying? So people understand what they're getting into. I want people to appreciate it. Anyway, I ain't gonna hold y'all, man. Any last words? You over there watching porn.
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Last words. Man, live your legacy. Be your legacy. You know, your lineage. Really, your lineage is supposed to follow suit. Whatever tone you set. Like I said, stop letting them reverse that shit. Make it where, oh, your lineage is more important and have you more focus on running around, chasing your children. I said, that's the fucked up shit. I had this conversation with somebody. I'm like, that's the problem. Back in the days, children were programmed to follow the footsteps of their fathers. You know what I mean? If I was a brick mason, my son became a brick mason, and I was well renowned for my work. He has to try and catch up and be good as me, if not better. But now you got it where we reverse it. So now everybody's, oh, your legacy is your children. No, that's just a broad telling you that shit so she could be important in the equation. She don't want to tell you you're the legacy, and that's your lineage. And her job is to ensure that your lineage, falls suit with your legacy. But they don't want to do that work. So that's why you hear all these fake hoteps and all these motherfuckers talking about that's your legacy and what you're going to leave behind, you know what I'm saying? Opposed to what you're going to do now while you're here. And that's your lineage. And they're going to make it seem like, oh, that's why there's no generational wealth. You know what I'm saying? Well, it got nothing to do with that. But, they destroy it anyway, right? So they'll take the money and spend it. But so, man, be your own legacy. Fuck all that shit. Lineage come after. Because you could sit here and chase your children. And I'm telling you this as a single dad. And Oak know a lot of my personal story on that situation. And, I've seen it. I've seen it with my friends grow up. Motherfuckers pops be doing great, doing good things, and they sons just be on some bullshit. Or they daughters. You know what I'm saying? So if you put all your all into your kids and not yourself, and then here you go. You did all this shit, and now you 50, 60 years old, and you're like, damn, what was my legacy?
Right, now you
can just say, I was a good dad, but then your child is a crackhead, and then what you're supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? Be your legacy, build your shit, be great, do great things, and then, your lineage got to follow suit.
Let me piggyback off you real quick.
Mm-hmm.
We've all heard the phrase, you'll lose money chasing a girl, but you'll never lose a girl chasing money. Right?
Yep.
Your child is also your Tyler, your legitimate Tyler. So you'll lose money chasing the big Tyler, and you'll lose money chasing the little Tyler. Dudes are spending $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 to fight in court to get what's supposed to be quote unquote his. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That money, if I spend $50,000 on lawyers to get 4 days a month to see a child that's already been turned against me, I'll kill her first. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
If you concentrate on you, you can always make another kid. You know what I'm saying? As long as you get hard, nigga, as long as they got blue pills, you can always make another kid. It's either your kid or her kid, but it ain't both of y'all kids.
Ain't both of y'all kids, nope.
You know what I'm saying? So, when you concentrate on your legacy, just like XL Pro just said, man, build a logo, protect the logo. You support the logo, you build a logo, you protect the logo. You try, but you become part of something bigger than you, and you become bigger than life. At least where your logo is accepted. The more you support the logo, the stronger the logo is. Being one of the original members of that logo, the stronger you will be. You feel what I'm saying? People who weren't born when Michael Jordan retired wear Nikes because Michael Jordan made them popular.
Mm-hmm.
He built that logo. And that's why he got rewarded with his own signature brand. When you build that logo, bro, everything else will work out. When you build that logo and your logo stands for something, you know what you're gonna get when you go to Mr. Palmer's show. You know what the court gonna bring you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what you're gonna get when you rock with Mr. Goodbridge. You know what the classroom gonna get you. When you come here to the daycare, you know we're gonna talk about toddlers and tribing up. Y'all dictate the type of content and energy that you want to have. The only thing I'm trying to bring to the game is solutions.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can talk about the problem. Here's the solutions. Y'all want to solve a problem by adding the problem to the solution. That has never worked. Ever. Right? The only time that has ever had the possibility to work is antibiotics, right? You get a vaccine, and the vaccine gives you a dead disease so your body can protect itself against that disease, right? Your body's been given a dead disease. You've been given toddlers. These toddlers are your generational curse, right? You've been given a dead disease, but you steady trying to bring that disease with you instead of creating your antibodies. When you see videos like the chicks in Dallas talking about they only getting Becky's, when you see the mixer and there's like ain't no man showing up, that is a symptom of a certain group of men, a certain amount of men rejecting the disease and creating an antibody for it. The next level though is, because it ain't reason for everybody to fly out the country, then you just gonna fuck up another country. If everybody go to Brazil, you gonna fuck up Brazil. Not only that, all your girls gonna move to Brazil. All your Detroit niggas move to Brazil. All them fucking Detroit girls gonna go to Brazil to corrupt the Brazilian chicks. So you might as well stay there. Because women will always follow what a functional men are. Just so they can fuck up your life, right?
Right.
So guys, when you build a logo that's made for you and you protect that logo that's made for you and you don't cross that logo that's made for you, the logo will always protect you. But that's all I'm gonna say about that, man. So take your Tylerology, man. Courses available. And on that note, man, love each other as you love yourself. Feed the pack.
Peace.
Toddler tales are crazy stories that could only happen to me. Each tale is endorsed by Tylerology and the Marry Your Secretary courses. In a world where toddlers are only loyal to her employer, learn the skills needed to train your toddler to work at your relationship like she works at her job. There's courses for every level of your relationship status, including polygamy. Need support? Join scheduled study groups with other Tylerology members. Click the link below. And now, back to today's story.
Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Stay away from cities with dyke mayors. They spray the pipes major. Don't play with your life, player. Or shake the dice, player. But if you got a quota, then stay away from toddlers. These bitches are fight promoters. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Train your toddler. Please train your toddler. Whippings, timeouts, take her allowance. Cause on swear she will destroy your life if you allow it. Fucking, I'm tired of rap in the choir. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare.
Why are you moving out? Why did Daddy say so?
Because we were talking about every night, I wanted some boyfriends, so I'm moving out.
Because
Okay.
Daddy told you can't have a boyfriend in his house. So you're moving out?
Yes.
I want to give a special shout out to Doja Boy for the $10 cash app. You got here in the last minute, bro. Gratitude to you. Appreciate you.